Let's do a Palestine-Israel update. Gaza man with Down syndrome attacked by IDF dog and left to die, mother tells BBC. Down syndrome dude looks like he's just chilling on the couch here. Mohammed Bars distressed by the sound of shelling in his neighborhood. So he's just chillaxing, right? Just a regular guy. He's got Down syndrome. He's got not only the problems of average folks, but he also has the problem of somebody with Down syndrome. There was always his family. He was bullied at school and beaten, of course, you know. Jesus Christ. We had Mikey Risen, and he's still kicking today. I believe he was an honorary police officer. He got bullied a little bit, but he had Down syndrome, so I don't even think that he knew what was going on. It was like he thought that people were just talking with him, and he just kind of went with the flow. Bullied, beaten, they're there to embrace him when he came home. That's the family. When the war started, he was terrorized by the sounds of bombs falling. Somebody always said that things are going to be okay. Muhammad was heavy and found movement difficulty. He spent his days sitting in an armchair. There was a niece or nephew. He was 24 years old, had autism. His mother, Nabila Bar, 70, told the BBC he didn't know how to eat, drink, or change his clothes. I'm the one who changes his nappies. I'm the one who fed him. He didn't know how to do anything by himself. June 27th, the war came back to the Ba family's neighborhood, and Muhammad's small world shrank further along with other residents of Shijaya, east of Gaza City Central. The Bars were given orders to evacuate. Yeah, all of Gaza is supposed to evacuate. They're trying to genocide the entire goddamn region from the river to the sea, and they're trying to genocide everybody, so they're just evacuate everybody. Where are they going to go to? The refugee camps can't go there. The United Nations refugee can't go there. Can you go to the schools? Can you go to the hospitals? There's no fucking place to go. If this was a one-state solution, then they would be allowed to register to vote. It's a two-state solution, and it's segregation. It's racist, and it's fucking bullshit. It's genocide. Wipe out the Native American population, and then segregate whoever's left. It's the biggest open-air prison in America. It's the biggest, most documented genocide in world history. In a weary tone, Nabila, who is a widow, reeled off the names of relatives' homes where they sought shelter. We evacuated 15 times. Oh, of course, because if you got, Down syndrome to deal with, you probably shouldn't go from house to house to house. No, he needs to stay in one spot. Jabril's Place, Haidar Square, Ramal, there's a bombing there, Shawah Square, bombing at Shawah Square. Everywhere they fucking go. Here's somebody giving him some water to drink. The fighting intensified. We're under siege for 7 days. Tanks and soldiers all around. Muhammad staying on the sofa. He didn't like sitting anywhere except for there. Muhammad war meant loud, violent sounds. So that's, PTSD. He would panic and say, I'm scared, I'm scared. He's right. He should feel scared. If anything, he's the only one that's showing the shred of humanity. He's the only one in he would say, hey, thinking that someone wanted to hit him. He was scared, fearful. And why wouldn't he be? There's bombings all over the place. That person got bombed. That person got bombed. He's thinking, well, shit, maybe I might get bombed. The only person. He's showing logic. He's showing intelligence. We would come around, comfort him. He didn't understand much as autism made it difficult. July 3rd, the family said the IDF raided their home on Nazaz Street. Nabila says there are several dozen soldiers with a combat dog. Animals used to find Hamas. Yeah, I'm sure. Democratically elected Hamas. Right? Check for booby traps, explosives. Yeah, the guy with Down syndrome has goddamn motherfucking bazooka, under the sofa. At first, he heard them breaking in, smashing everything before the soldiers and dog arrived in the room. Referring to Muhammad, I always told them he's disabled. Have mercy on him. He's disabled. Keep the dog away from him. Nabila saw the animal attack Muhammad. The dog attacked him, biting his chest in his hand. Muhammad didn't speak, only muttering, no. That's the most resistance he gave. The dog bit his arm. The blood was shed. I wanted to get to him, but I couldn't. Nobody could get to him. He was patting the dog's head, saying, enough, my dear, enough. In the end, he relaxed his hand, and the dog started tearing at him while he was bleeding. Around this point, said Nabila, the soldiers took the young man into the other room and away from the dog. They tried to treat his wounds. The terrified Muhammad, who'd always depended on his family for help, was now in the care of combat soldiers who'd come from the streets. This is from the BBC, where they'd been fighting close quarter battles with Hamas. They took him away, put him in a separate room, locked the door. We want to see what happened to him. We want to see Muhammad, to see what had become of him, said Nabila. They told us to be quiet. They aimed their guns at us and put us in a room by ourselves. Muhammad was alone in another room. They said, we will bring a military doctor to treat him. I'm sure at one point Said Nabila, military doctor arrived. Okay, great. Went into the room. Muhammad was lying. Muhammad's niece, Jana Bar 11, described how the family pleaded with soldiers to help him. We told them Muhammad was not well, but they kept saying he was fine. He was fine. After several hours, it wasn't clear how many. The family was ordered at gunpoint to leave, leaving Muhammad behind with the soldiers. There were pleas and cries. 2 of his brothers were arrested by the army. They still haven't been released. The rest of the family found shelter in a bombed-out building. They returned a week later to a site that haunts Muhammad's brother Jabril. He produces his mobile phone, and shows our cameraman a video of the scene. Muhammad's body is lying on the floor, and there's blood all around him and a tourniquet on his arm. This is probably the most used to stop heavy bleeding from his upper arm. Jabril points to gauze used to bandage a wound and remarks on the blood that clotted after the tourniquet was applied. They were trying to stop the bleeding. Then they left him without stitches or care, just the basic first aid measures. Of course, as you can see, Muhammad was dead for a period of time already because he was abandoned. We thought he wasn't at home, but it turned out he had been bleeding and left alone at home all this time. Of course, the army had left him. It's not clear what exact injury caused Muhammad's death, nor what happened to him in the time his family last saw him. When his brother returned and found the dead young man on the floor, he was buried shortly after the family found him in an alley between houses because it was too dangerous to take the corpse to the mortuary or a graveyard. They couldn't even bury him. Good job, America. Good job, Israel and America, you pieces of shit. There is no post-mortem, no certificate of death. Good job, McDonald's and Coke. The family is demanding an investigation. But with fighting still going on and so many dead, it's hard to be hopeful that will happen anytime soon. In response to queries from BBC, the IDF said they were checking on the report. Oh, I'm sure Nabila is up, left with an image of her dead child that refuses to go well. This scene I will never forget. I constantly see the dog tearing at him. He's not even fighting him. He's like petting the dog. That's enough, puppy. That's enough. No, I don't like the pain that you're giving me, puppy. Stop it with the fucking his hand and the blood pouring from his hand. It's always in front of my eyes, never leaving me for a moment. We couldn't save him, neither from them nor from their dog. Israel's undercover forces emerge as Gaza's newest battlefield player. Last month's hostage rescue mission was a watershed in the country's long history of disguising its forces as Palestinians. They're not even being upfront. They're not even being... God, it's just fucking genocide. And we're watching it. Why? Because we need fucking Israel for their bases. Fuck Israel, man. God damn it, use Sudan. Pick any other country. Pick any country that likes America still. Use that for our military. We got bases in Niger. We got bases all over the fucking place. We don't need Israel for our goddamn fucking thing anymore. We're being led by the nose while they're doing their genocide, and we're just watching this shit happen. Tel Aviv, the Israeli commandos who rescued 4 hostages in Gaza drove a pair of battled white trucks, one displaying a soap advertisement, the other bearing a mattress and furniture on the roof. They were armed, but their main weapon was disguised, blending in with the Hamas stronghold. Yeah, no, it's all Hamas, the democratically elected government. Mossad chief urges Gaza deal, informs Israeli ministers. What the fuck is Gaza supposed to do? Just kill themselves? Just drown themselves? What the fuck is Gaza supposed to do? Mossad chief urges Gaza deal, informs Israeli ministers Netanyahu needs to be arrested. He's going to come to D.C. and put a middle finger up every fucking American's ass. And we love freedom. This ain't a free country. We suck Israel's fucking dick. Not against any... Well, I kind of hate all religions because you're all fucked up in the fucking head. But I'm not against Jewish folks specifically. A lot of Jewish folks are atheists. A lot of Jewish folks are liberals, and all the Jewish folks I know are comedians, and they're hilarious. Larry David, Sarah Silverman, Jon Stewart. So, it's not about Judaism. I put up with fucking Buddhists. I put up with Christians. I don't know any Muslims. And I've only met one Jew in my entire life. There's hardly any Jews, any Muslims, any Buddhists in this country. It's all a bunch of fucking Christians. In the Thou shalt not kill in that part of the Ten Commandments there, Christianity, to treat your neighbor as yourself. Does that mean you're allowed to bomb the fuck out of anybody and everybody? Thou shalt not murder. I can't even agree. We can't even agree on Israel intensifies central Gaza strikes. Noah is using new families prepared to protest Netanyahu's Congress speech after several attempts to convince Prime Minister Netanyahu to finalize a hostage deal before his speech to the U.S. Congress next week. Families of those still captive in Gaza are declining offers to accompany him. Instead, they're appealing to a returned hostage who's agreed to join the delegation. We will find ourselves in the absurd situation of protesting against you, and we wouldn't want that, Dana. 2% of Americans were killed during the Civil War. 8% of Palestine has been killed. 8% It's fucking genocide. They say if it was overtly genocide, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, man. We will find ourselves in the absurd situation. This fucking Iraq war, right? 3,000 people means 1 million Iraqis have to die. But if 3,000 means 1 million needs to die, what the fuck does 200,000 mean? If 200,000 Americans were killed, we're going to sit there and what? Not do a damn thing? If 200,000, let's do the fucking math. I want to do the damn math on this. So we had 3,000 people that died on 9/11, right? 3,000 people that died on 9/11, and we killed 1 million people. 1 million people. Hell, I'll even be, generous. I'll say 180,000. 187 Gazans, okay? Let's pull this calculator up here. So if 3,000 equals 1 million, then how many people should Gaza? If Gaza's like America, how many are they allowed to? So let's see, 180,000 divided by 3,000. Okay, so 60 million people. If Gaza, Palestine is like America, well, you've killed 180 fucking thousand, Israel. So that means Gaza's allowed to kill 60 fucking million people. America, are you paying attention, America? Both of the two-party imperialist, capitalist fucking candidates and Bobby Kennedy, these motherfuckers are all about Israel killing as many fucking people as possible. You got Cornel West. You got Jill Stein. That's the only way forward. If we're going to vote ourselves out of this goddamn mess, if it's not going to be a revolution where we fucking double down on constitutionalism and Bill of Rights and federalism and the rule of law, then it's got to be Jill Stein and it's got to be Cornel West. He asked her not to go through with the plans, according to a source. Far-right national minister Ben Gvir stated in a cabinet meeting about a hostage deal that making a reckless deal now would not only endanger Israel, but would be a slap in the face of Trump and a win for Biden. So they're automatically sucking Donald's dick. Donald doesn't even have victory yet. Wasn't that a big thing with Nixon talking to the enemies during peacetime? When Nixon talking to the Vietnamese, and then Reagan was talking to the Iranians. So these motherfuckers talk to our foreign, enemies, and they make a fucking deal. Isn't that goddamn? Aren't they being traitors? Aren't they being traitors after when the Iraq war happened? Nobody was even allowed to criticize the damn thing. But these motherfuckers are allowed to talk to the enemies and make fucking deals with them and shit. Thousands gather across Israel. 2 arrested and Haifa protested for a hostage release. Thousands gathered on Wednesday evening across Israel, calling on the government to sign a deal to secure the release of Israeli hostages held in Gaza. Around 1,000 protesters marched across Tel Aviv. 2 organizers of demonstrations in Haifa were arrested during a protest for the hostages released in the city. Daughter of Israel hostage urges Netanyahu to sign a hostage deal in Tel Aviv rally. I'm going to talk about Ukraine because when one house invades another house, the one who attacked is the bad guy. One person is under a tree reading peacefully and another motherfucker goes and attacks him. The motherfucker needs to be knocked on his ass. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. What are the 6 objects? Let's read the preamble of the U.S. Constitution together, America. You stupid ass motherfuckers. We the people of the United States, in case you don't understand what the U.S. Constitution is about, it's the reason why we have this country. Why do we have a government for the United States of America? Well, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, we're trying to form a more perfect union. 50 states, 900 military bases, 14 territories, maybe more, established justice. We'll get back to that. Ensure domestic tranquility. peace, provide for the common defense, self-defense, promote the general welfare, help people, help the American people, be good to the American people, and to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. Does Indiana have a preamble? What's the preamble to Indiana? And what's the preamble to Nevada? What's the preamble to Nevada's Constitution? And what's the preamble to, well, what's the worst one? Fucking Alabama. What's the preamble to Alabama? You know Alabama has a right to revolution in their Bill of Rights? Let's see here. The preamble to Indiana's Constitution, to the end that justice be established. Again, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. You think they're massacring fucking Gazans and we're all watching this shit? We're the policemen of the world, and that cop is just watching genocide. Public order maintained and liberty perpetuated. We, the people of the state of Indiana, grateful to Almighty God for the free exercise of the right to choose our own form of government, do ordain this Constitution. Fucking fantastic. So Indiana has 3 end objects. They want public order and they want peace. No, they want public order and they want justice and they want freedom. Justice, freedom, public order is what Indiana wants. What's the preamble to Nevada? We, the people of the state of Nevada, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom. Holy fuck, we keep on talking about freedom. In order to secure its blessings, ensure domestic tranquility, form a more perfect government, do establish this Constitution. Nevada has 3 end objects. Form a more perfect government, ensure domestic tranquility, and to protect our freedom. Let's check out what the preamble of Alabama says. We, the people of the state of Alabama, invoking the favor and guidance of Almighty God, do ordain and establish this Constitution. Say they don't really know shit. The secession Constitution? Okay, God, Alabama, you're fucking way worse. They got a right to revolution clause in there. Okay, let's check out Mississippi. Maybe they're better. No, they're not fucking any better. God damn Mississippi. Texas. Are you all a bunch of pieces of shit too? I'm just gonna go. God damn fucking Texas. So we'll just do Virginia, right? That's the fucking first fucking Declaration of Rights. Let's see. Virginia doesn't have a preamble, but a Declaration of Rights made by the good people of Virginia in the exercise of their sovereign powers, which rights do pertain to them and their posterity, is the basis and foundation of government. You had John Adams. He had to do an exercise when he was in college, and he had to write down all the virtues. So this is what I want all true blue, red, white, and blue Americans to do. We're going to write down to form a more perfect union, right? Perfect union, to write down domestic tranquility, to write down justice, and write down freedom. And what I want you to do, there's 6 end objects. There's 6 end objects of the preamble. The preamble is the whole point of the damn government. That makes it more important than every other fucking thing. Perfect union, domestic tranquility, justice, freedom, to provide for the common defense, and what was the other one? Can I remember it? No. Let's pull it up again. You know, it's actually so fucking important. Motherfuckers haven't even read it. You want me to listen to you? I haven't even fucking... You don't even read the damn... In order to see... General welfare. Okay, there we go. General welfare. Wait a second. I thought you motherfuckers are against welfare. And here, welfare is in our motherfucking Constitution. How many welfare checks turns into a dead body? Wait a second, police officer. You went there to do a welfare check and now he's fucking dead? Well, you didn't really do your job right. You didn't protect his welfare. You didn't give a fuck about his welfare. So, America, I want you to write down the 6 end objects of the preamble. And then today, go about your day, go about your life. And then at the end, after you wrote down the 6 end objects, tell me which one of these you did. Did you try to form a more perfect union? Did you give, Florida a shout out? Did you give California, Oregon, or Michigan a shout out in order for domestic tranquility? Peace. Let's work on peace. War, murder, rob, rape, fucking every fucking villainous, devilish, fucking sick shit. You got a bad wolf, you got a good wolf. Feed your fucking good wolf. Justice. Did you establish justice today? Did you protect the blessings of freedom for yourself and for your posterity? And then did you provide for the common defense? Well, shit, that's the war, right? That's the war machine. MIC, we're definitely put 15 checks by the common defense, but I don't know about common defense. But when it comes to the defense, Department of Defense, half of our fucking goddamn budget is for the defense, for our fucking empire. And then, common defense. Did you help with the common defense of America? And then general welfare. And you tell me, did all your behavior, all your actions today, did you do any of that shit? Did you help with the general welfare or the common defense? Did you help with freedom or justice or domestic tranquility or a perfect union? If you didn't fucking do it, then you don't know America. God damn it, fucking America. You need to start being Americans again. Jesus Christ. Keep America great. Make America greater. Fucking, what the fuck, MAGA? Shove MAGA up your fucking ass.